Hello, I want to show you a couple new things here. First of all, you can see that I have found the new website called Zeitboard.com. It's basically a Promethean board for your Chromebook. I don't remember if your all's Chromebooks are touchscreen or not, but since my daughter's is, I can come right here and I can make assignments right here or questions right here on this. This week, we're going to be focused on solving one-step, two-step, and multi-step equations with variables on both sides of the equal symbol. And so I'm going to start with a very simple one right here, which is just a one-step equation. Now, with all equations like this, where you've got a variable on one side, your whole goal is always to get this variable right here all by itself. So we've got to get rid of this 9 right here. So I want to cancel out that 9 in some way possible. So this right here says 9 times x. And when we are trying to balance an equation or to isolate a variable, what we always do is do the opposite operation, the inverse operation, or the opposite of what we see. So what I see right here is 9 times x. So the opposite of times 9 is going to be divide by 9. We've done this quite a bit this year. So I'm going to divide by 9 right here and again over here. And when I do that, 9 divided by 9 cancels, which was what I wanted. I'm left with x right here, or 1x. 81 divided by 9 is a 9, and I get x equals 9. So one-step equations are pretty simple. You just do one step to cancel out. Now on this new website right here, up here at the top, you can see where I hopefully just clicked up here. Click clear all, and your screen erases once again, and you can get going right back to a new equation. So let's say I have another one that is 3x equals 12. Again, pretty basic. This is a one-step equation. I've got to get rid of one number. I've got to get rid of that 3 right there. In order to get rid of that 3, since this says 3 times x, I'm going to divide both sides of the equal symbol by 3. Many of you probably are thinking, Mr. Parr, we've done this all year long, and you're right. So we're going to do a little bit of review this week. 3 divided by 3 cancels. I'm left with x. 12 divided by 3 equals 4, so I'm left with x equals 4. And my answer is x equals 4. Now, as I go along in any of these videos, if you happen to get confused or lost or you're not sure what's going on, great thing is you've got the pause button where you can stop this and go back, hit rewind, jump back 10 or 15 seconds and see if you can figure out where it is that you got turned around or lost. Let's try another one-step equation, but with a different concept right here. Let's say that I have x over 6 equals 7. Now again, my goal, get this variable all by itself. I want x all alone. So in order to get rid of this 6 down here, I need to do the opposite of what it's saying right here. So what it is saying is x divided by 6. So x divided by 6, the opposite of divide by 6 is going to be multiply by 6. So if I do it on the left side of the equal symbol, I need to do it on the right side of the equal symbol. So I'm going to take this side times 6. And 6 divided by 6 cancels. I'm left with x. And over here, 7 times 6 equals 42. If you write out your equations in each step every time, it's going to make your life so much easier than if you try to skip over some steps. So in this situation, we were doing division, and the division required that I do multiplication to cancel it out. All right, I'm going to do another one that's very simple. Let's do 6 plus x equals 13. Another very easy problem right here. And I need to get rid of this 6 so that I can get this x right here all alone. So in order to get that x alone, I need to get rid of the 6. This 6 does not have a symbol over here in front of it, but I know it's a positive 6 because it doesn't say negative 6. So the opposite of positive 6 is negative 6. So since I did it on the left side of this equal symbol, I need to do that on the right side as well. And 6 minus 6 canceled. I'm going to bring down my x. 13 minus 6 is 7. Bring down my equal symbol, and I get x equals 7. So every one of these today has been an example of a one-step equation. They are not going to stay that easy for very long. We're going to jump into two-step equations. So let's say that I have 4x minus 5 equals 15, and I'm still trying to find x. But in the process, I have to do two steps. I've got to get rid of two numbers. I need to get rid of this 5 and this 4, and to do so, I'm going to do the opposite of what I see, but I also need to do it in the reverse order of operations. So I'm going to go ahead and write PEMDAS over here at the side, and I'm going to work it backwards. So instead of going from P to S, I'm going to go from S to P. So I'm going to ask myself, is there any subtraction? Yes, there is. Right here is subtraction, and I'm going to do the opposite of subtraction, which is plus 5. If I do it on the left side of the equal symbol, I do it on the right side, 15 plus 5. And then I rewrite my equation. I'm not going to try to skip any steps. I'm not going to try to jump ahead and try to do all the math in my head. I'm going to rewrite it. 5 and negative 5 cancel. 4x is left right here, so it gets dropped down. And my equal symbol comes down as well. Now I have 4 times x, and I need to get rid of that 4. So I'm going to divide by 4. The opposite of multiplication is division. That's why I'm dividing by 4. 4 divided by 4 cancels, leaving me with an x right there. Over here, 20 divided by 4 equals 5. I get x equals 5. I can prove that that is true, that x does equal 5. I can delete everything I've done and just go back to my original equation. And when I get back to my very original equation, I have 4 times x minus 5. Well, if x equals 5, 4 times 5 minus 5 equals 15. Let's see if that's true. 4 times 5 is 20. 20 minus 5 equals 15. If that's a true statement, then we solved this correctly, and 20 minus 5 is 15. 15 equals 15. That makes this a true statement. Let's try one more two-step equation right here. And let's set it up just a little bit different. Let's put 7 plus 6x equals 37. And again, I'm going to be working through PEMDAS backwards. So, is there any subtraction in this problem? No, there's not. Is there addition? Yes, I see this plus symbol right here, and it says plus 6x. Well, plus 6x means plus 6 times x, and since that is multiplication, that right there is actually multiplication. So I really need to be focused on the addition. And what's really being added here is this 7. So I need to get rid of the plus 7 right here. In order to get rid of that plus 7, I'm going to do the opposite of plus 7, which is going to be minus 7. And since I did it on the left side of the equal symbol, I'm also going to do it on the right side of the equal symbol. I'm going to put minus 7 right here. 7 minus 7 cancels. I'm left with 6 times x. Over here, 37 minus 7 is 30. I'm left with 30. Bring down my equal symbol. And I have 6 times x equals 30. Some of you can just look at that and immediately know the answer is going to be 5, but there is a mathematical process you should be doing, and that is the inverse or the opposite operation of what is shown. What is shown is 6 times x. The opposite of times 6 is divide by 6. So I'm going to divide the left and the right side of this equation by 6. These 6's cancel, leaves me with x. 30 divided by 6 is 5. I'm left with x equals 5. Let's come up here to the top and let's substitute in a 5 right there. 6 times 5 equals 30. So this is 30 plus this 7 that was back over here. 30 plus 7 does equal 37, and I am positive that I have solved this equation exactly correctly. Okay, we're going to try right here to do one more, and it's going to be slightly different this time. So this time, let's go ahead and put the answer over here on the on the left side. Let's put 28 over here equals 6x plus 4. The goal is still the same. I still need to get this x, this variable, all by itself. And in order to do that, I've got to get rid of two numbers, this 4 and this 6. So I need to know which one to get rid of first, why I'm going to get rid of that number first, and how to do that. So the first thing I want to do is write down PEMDAS over here just to remind me my order of operations and that I'm working them backwards. So is there subtraction? Nope, there's addition. So addition is the next thing on here. I need to get rid of this plus 4 right here. So I need to do the opposite of plus 4, which is minus 4. If I do it on one side of the equal symbol, I do it on the other side. So I'm going to put 28 minus 4 over here. Once I've done 28 minus 4, I'm left with 24 equals 6 times x. Now I need to get rid of this 6, and this says 6 times x, so the opposite of times is division, so I'm going to divide both sides by 6. Notice I didn't put a division symbol this time like I have been on the others. I put a fraction. That's because every fraction is a division symbol. So I'm going to put divide by 6 right here. 24 divided by 6 is 4. 6 divided by 6 cancels, leaving me with x. So I get 4 equals x. And most of the time you would see that written as x equals 4. They mean the same thing. We're going to go ahead and do one final two-step equation. You can see that it's a two-step equation right away because you've got the variable x and then you've got two numbers that you need to get rid of. So I want to get rid of that 6 and that 9. I'm going to go ahead and write down PEMDAS one more time to help me determine which one I get rid of first. So is there any subtraction? No, there is not, so I can cancel that out. Is there addition? Yes, there is. There's a plus 9. I want to do the opposite of plus 9, which is minus 9. I want to do that operation on both sides of the equal symbol. 15 minus 9 leaves me with 6, which equals x over 6. Now, x over 6 means x divided by 6. I need to do the opposite of divide by 6, which is multiply by 6 to cancel that 6 out. So when I do this, those are canceled, but I have to do it on both sides of that equal symbol. And I'm left over here with an x. Over here, I'm left with 36. 6 times 6 is 36. So I get an answer of x equals 36. Let's take this 36 and plug it back in right over here and see if that actually works. 36 divided by 6 is 6. 6 plus 9 equals 15, so I know that this is my final and my correct answer. Guys, I realize this was a fairly long video for a Tuesday morning, but I wanted to go ahead and knock out one-step and two-step equations, which is what you're going to see on today's assignment. Feel free to email me with any questions you've got. One thing you could do really quickly, I added Screencastify to my Chromebook, which was a free thing. I also went to Ziteboard, which was also free. You could easily, very quickly, add those two extensions to your Chromebook as well. You could write down an equation that you're struggling with, record it really fast, send it to me, and say, hey, Mr. Parr, I don't know how to do this. Can you help me out? And I would be able to make a video and send it right back to you explaining how to do that problem. It would possibly help out you and me in knowing what you need help with. I hope you had a good week off, that you're ready for a week of school, and that you got yesterday's assignment done easily enough. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will chat with you guys soon.